Good morning, everybody. I've been in a blue screen death of hell. Um, the last couple of days, I've had a lot of issues with my computer. Thought I got it figured out. Might have an isolated issue, but I don't know who's. Hopefully, this is even working. Trying to see if it's working. Obviously, I don't think I got anybody with me right now. But yeah, I've been in like a lot of computer hell as of late. So, um, market's been nuts. Yesterday, we made a pretty big move up, right? And structurally, ES is doing better, and the Nasdaq still under that huge level I've talked about. Okay, um, so yeah, that level is a monster, and the market needs to hold above it. Okay, market needs to hold above that level. All right. So some of the things usually that I have in my the OBS, the way I set up, is not there right now. I have to like work on them still. So some of the graphics that I push up and stuff like that, it's going to be bare bones today. So hopefully you stick with me or you watch it. Um, so anyway, welcome to my channel. My name's Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile and market profile to find structure in the market, along with supply and demand, gamma exposure levels, the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the preceding day. All helps me find structure in the market. That's my edge. That's what I look. That's my baseline. And hopefully every day. Today's 8:25, just because I just wanted to get some kind of video out there today. But usually 8:10. Hopefully you can have a cup of coffee, enjoy. I go over news, a recap of yesterday, go over what's leading and lagging stocks in the morning, and economic calendar. Then we get into some possible upgrades and downgrades, why stocks are moving up and down, and we get in daily charts. And then we go right to the main event, and that's market profile and volume profile analysis on the ES and the Nasdaq. That's where I do my live long and short scenarios. Okay, I do my live long and short scenarios there, and that's live with you guys. I do it. I don't pre-do it. I don't pre-analyze it at all. So it's part of my process. So hopefully you guys can join me, and maybe you guys can subscribe and set an alert. That would be awesome. Okay, that would be very much appreciated. Okay, so let's try to get into this. Let's try to bear with me here, and let's get right into futures watch list. Okay, so we have. Hold on a second. We have Ether leading the pack, up 1.93%, followed by Bitcoin at 1.61. VIX is up 0.92. 30-year bonds are being bought, should send yields lower. Crude is up 0.49. Russell's up 0.21. Gold's up 0.1. Pretty much flat. The dollar's flat. The Dow is down 0.18. ES is down 0.26. The Nasdaq is down 0.37. Silver's down 0.3, and the 10-year yield, which has already came out, is down 1.3%. That's from the 30-year bonds being bought. Okay, let's move on to the Mag 7 Plus. And what do we got here? We have Nvidia leading the pack, up 0.5%. Ooh, that was up a lot more before. Up only 0.51%. Microsoft up 0.11. So this market has turned a little bit. Coinbase, I can't even speak. That is pretty much flat. Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, let's look at some laggards. Netflix down, Apple's down, Meta is down 1.14. I saw Trump said something about Google that it's like fake or you can't trust it, it's illegitimate. That's pretty crazy. So That's the only thing I've heard about Google. So we'll have to see. All right, moving on to the top sector stocks here. Let's go here to Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly, man, that came down to like 750. It's up $100. That's this stock's crazy. Um, Chevron up 0.35. All right, let's go down to laggards. We have Uber, that's not a laggard, and Visa is down 0.20. That's not really a laggard here. Let's go to the swing trade list. We got Expedia up 8.11. Believe. I know they got some upgrades and stuff like that. Then Take Two's up 6.1%. Paramount Global's in the news. I got to check that news. Trade Desk, believe, also had earnings. I'm not sure. Taiwan Semiconductors up 1.85. Dutch Bros up 1.75. Bitcoin ETF up 1.62. Lam Research up 1.18. Alcoa, Burlington, TLT, and that's about it. So let's look at laggards here. What do we have? Reddit. Reddit is up down 2.09%. SoundHound's down 1.92. Dell is down 1.82. Tilray down 1.62. Shopify down 1.39. Intel's down again. Geez, one down 1.32. AstraZeneca, and then AMC. Okay, that's what we got going on the swing trade list. Let's go to sectors, the guts of the market, and we're looking at that is weird when real estate is leading the pack. That's defensive. Okay, followed by utilities, followed by energy, and man, this market's moving around here. So let's look at the laggard. We got discretionary, semis. Semis were up earlier. Financials and technology, which is the biggest weighted sector in the market. So technology is getting weak. Okay. Now, let's go over to economic calendar, which is not much today. There's not much there. So let's talk about that. And there's like not much. Baker Hughes. Let me just make sure I have everything up. It's Baker Hughes. That's really it. That's not a lot, right? Let's look at some news here. So let's look at Paramount Global. Stock rose 5.9% after the entertainment company beat up profit expectations, with the streaming business reporting its first quarterly profit in 3 years while announcing it would cut 15% of its U.S. workforce. Expedia stock surged over 10% after the online travel beat quarterly expectations, even after it warned of a softening in travel demand in July. Nvidia stock rose 2.2. Well, that's gone because earnings are coming up, and they're saying that could be the next catalyst. SoundHound stock rose 0.4 after the artificial intelligence voice provider beat estimates, but they're down now. Take Two stock climbs 6.5 as it expects net bookings to grow in fiscal 2026 and 2027 as the video game publisher gears up for the launch of its long-awaited Grand Theft Auto. All right, Walt Disney stock rose 0.2 ahead of its D23 fan convention. All right, that's about all I want to see there. Let's go to the juice. Well, I didn't really see anything here that to note. That was that of any importance. Let's look at the upgrades and downgrades here. I'm going to refresh it here. All right. So we got, I'm just going to mention notables. Burlington Stores got an upgrade. Paramount Global, there's the upgrade. PayPal, upgrade. SoundHound, upgrade. That's about it there. Okay, let's go to downgrades. Like I said, I'm only going to, cars.com got a downgrade. Shopify, downgrade. That's why that's down. Okay. Let's look at price target raises. Let's see. All right, we'll go with target raises first. Yeti, target raised. Under Armour, target raised. Trade Desk, target raised. Let's see here. Lockheed Martin target raised. Eli Lilly target raised to 1125. My God. Gilead Sciences target raised. All right, let's go with target lowered now. Just like I said, notable stocks. That's all I'm going to mention. Papa John's target lower. That's been getting destroyed. Datadog target lowered. Interesting. To 140 from 165. Avis Budget Group target lowered. Okay, that's it there. All right, I think that's good there. I think we can go right into daily charts. That's what I want to go into. Let's do that. Just give me a sec while I pull those up. All right, let's look at our SPY. Okay, so this has been resistance here, right around this area, around 531. Call, yeah, 531. Okay, hitting the 9 EMA daily here. Okay, you can see we've hit this low here at 510 and just pushed all the way up to 530. Okay, where are we at now? 528.25. 528.25. Interesting. We are. Let me do one thing here. Okay. So I want to show you guys something. So this is last week's lows, last week's highs. Okay. So we closed yesterday above last week's lows. Okay. Above last week's lows. We're right here now. 528.20. 528.20. Right at that last week's lows. Right below the 100-day moving average. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Let's get the live look at futures. So live look, look at that right there. Bounced off the 200-day moving average in futures. Big wick, right? And now look, we're balancing. This is resistance right here. Let's say 53.60 has been resistance. Now look, this is last week's lows. We're right under there right now. Right? So right now, bulls need to establish value and acceptance above this level. If we start to go back, we could definitely go back to these lows and take another leg lower. Okay? That's what's going on in the ES. Now, if we go to the Qs, let's go to the Qs. All right, here's the Qs. Qs pushed through that 200-day moving average. Then we closed above it, and then we had a couple days in a row here. Okay? You got like a double top here in the daily, right? Almost hit the 9 EMA daily, and this is last week's low. So you close within last week, right? Where are we at now? 445.70. Let's call it 445.70 is right here. We're right above last week's lows. Again, if we cannot establish price above these levels, we're going to go back and probably test these lows, maybe 434, maybe test the 431 200-day moving average. Look at the live look at NASDAQ. Okay, now that big level that I talk about is that 185.44. It's right here, right here, this level. Now, it's been resistant, but it's just the most traded price of the last year and of this year. It's a huge level. The market can't get above it. That's the bull bear line for NASDAQ. Okay, that's the bull bear line. We'll talk about that a little bit. It's just a big level that it can't get over. Okay, now look, it's right at last week's lows in the NASDAQ. Okay, now let's go to triple headed monster. Move over to our VIX 10-year yield in the dollar. Okay, here's yields. Look at that drop, right? Covered. So now, what do we do now? Right, we're in a little bit of a range here. We don't have much data coming out today. So this is what we're looking at right now. Okay. Now let's look at the dollar, because we had the Japan carry trade going on. We had the dollar's in a little bit of a range as well, right here. Dollar's in a little bit of a range. Right now, I don't think I got to mention the other day that the Bank of Japan said that they're not going to planning to raise rates again. That I think helped propel the markets a little bit. Let's look at that VIX. That big spike up to 65. Now we're holding like a 24 VIX, very volatile still, very volatile. So there's still fear. Okay, 16 VIX is 1% expected move, plus or minus in the S&P 500. A 32 is a 2% move. So we're expecting still good volatility. Now let's look at that yen. See the yen? It's pulled back. So the unwinding was all this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's how that works. All right. Now we can go into and analyze the futures. Okay. Let's do that. Just give me a sec. All right. Let's do it here. Okay. Let's look at our profile. All right, this is the weekly profile. Let's look at it. That's a little too thick. Hold on a sec. Okay, let's look at it right here. Okay. Value area is here. 70% of the trade. Price is right above value. Right here. Okay. Now, this purple box right here is the most traded price of the week. 53.20. Okay. The 24 is down here at 52.40, but I more concentrate on what real-time trading hours are. So 52.40. That is the 53.20 is the key level right here. Okay. So that's one thing to note. Another thing to note is month-to-date anchored VWAP right there at 5331. We went above it yesterday. Now we're back below it. I want to show you one thing too. One thing you could tell when the market's starting to balance, look at the monthly VWAP starting to flatten out, right? That's a little tip there, okay? Now, look at our profile for the overnight. Very balanced. Very balanced. Now we're at the lows, okay? Inventory is really not going to be a thing to look at. It's balanced, okay? But one thing I will tell you, there's a bunch of stuff to look at, okay? Bunch of stuff to look at. We're in demand, all right? So, yesterday's high, yesterday's low, okay? Overnight high, overnight low. Overnight high, overnight low. So, we're inside yesterday's range, okay? Got a double distribution of yesterday. Look at that. Distribution here and a distribution here. That's what you call that, okay? So, pretty easy is what I'm seeing right now. Pretty easy of what the bulls have to do, okay? They need to keep above 53.20 in this demand zone, and they need to take back the VWAP for the month. So that's the bulls' job to defend that, okay? If they can't, oh, I guess I didn't even notice there were single prints there. So you guys are going to see right here, this is how let's update this, because there's a patch of singles here. I didn't see there was another pair of singles here, right here. And what is single prints? Emotional buying in that case. Emotional buying, okay? What that also means, it's very poor structure. See the volume's very thin, okay? So if the market was able to do this and take this demand out and hold, that doesn't really bode well, and that could get all cleaned out, and we could be headed down. Okay, but bulls need to defend. Now, sellers, you got a supply zone up here in the overnight high. You need to sellers need to step up there. All right, and sellers, what you need to really do is take out that level to see if you can do there. All right, so that's really what we're talking about here. All right, so we can get right into scenarios, and we're going to start with the bull one, and I already mentioned it. Okay, there's a couple here, so let's talk about it. All right, I already said we got demand. We have most traded price of the week, right? And value area low of yesterday, right here. All right, so that price, the 320 down to about 53.10. Okay, so what I would like to see now, again, I'm going to say something very important, a big tip, a pretty big tip. Okay, maybe make this a little bigger. Maybe that helped people out here. Let's look at that. Let's talk about that again. So you got 53.20 all the way down to the bottom of these single prints in demand, right? Bulls need to step up. So what I want to see here, that month-to-day VWAP right here. All we care about is what happens if they come down here. If it comes down here and does this higher low, we're going to at least test yesterday's low and try to get out of this consolidation. And you have single prints up top here, okay, from the past. Could be a big day if that happens. Okay. What else could happen? You have the single prints. That is not good structure. So another tip, if the market, this could be a bear trap. If the market does this, finds support and goes like this, I'm going to get long and look for that to go up higher. Okay, very important because single prints should not be supportive. Okay, they should not. Okay, let's go to the bear. Here we go. We got supply in the overnight high up here. Okay, now I want to mention one thing that I'm seeing, a nuance. It's probably already been taken care of, maybe. But I just want to know, the most traded price of the overnight is here, and the most traded price of yesterday is right here. Okay. And they're longs. Now, we are here. Okay. However, you know, people who trade the stocks or whatever are still caught up here or whatever. Probably taken care of. I'm going to scratch that because it's probably taken care of. Okay. I don't want to confuse anybody. If we were up here, I would say no, but we are down here. Okay. So, bottom line is, what do you want to see? Okay. So, even if we bounce out of here, what do we do when we hit the supply? What do we do? So, we had a weak high here at 53.60 that we broke in the overnight. What do we do when we come back up here? If we get lower high, we're going to at least come down to the most traded price of the week, 53.20. Okay? Then that's very important what we do here, just the opposite of the bull scenario. If we take this out and this demand and we start holding, accepting prices, we're going to rip through these single prints and go back to the most traded price of the year. That's this big box. Now, if we fall below that most traded price of the year and hold, whoo, you're going to go down, boy. And you're going to test these single prints too, right here. You go down to like 51.45. Be a big, big move. Okay? Big move. So, now, me, I'd probably want to wait until we hold under here. Yes, you could still do something up here, but that's how I'm looking at it. Okay? Let's go to the NASDAQ. Okay. Let's look at our structure. Here we go. So profile, you got excess to the top. Okay. Value area is right here. 70% of the trade is in this area. Okay. Then we got excess to the bottom. Okay. Very important. This monster level, this green box is the monster level. Okay. 185.44 around. That level, the market couldn't get over yesterday. See, that's what resistance was. Overnight tried, hit supply, and now price is here. So overall, there's a battle here. Okay? There's a battle here. Nasdaq, in order to be bullish, has to establish acceptance over this level to move higher. It is failing to do so. ES is holding above their most traded price of the year and the most traded price of the week. That has more of a bullish structure. Okay? So it's a tale of two stories. Now look what's happening here. Here's our month-to-date VWAP. We took that out yesterday and we just bounced off of it. And it's flattened out. That's understandable, right? After the big move down, look at this VWAP. Big move down and then we flattened out. Okay? It's telling you we're balancing. Okay? We're balancing right now. And the market needs to make a decision. Forget about the big moves up. That's why I'm saying, look at the story. You don't go above that and hold above that. That's bearish. Okay, forget about the big moves up. It's very important to know that. So here's the overnight session. We are inside yesterday's session. Okay, and there's single prints. I can't believe I thought I did these. This is really boggling my mind here. So you guys are going to see me do some more single prints. I thought I did these. So this is how I do my single prints. Let's go back up here. We got single prints down here. I could have swore I did this. Apparently I didn't. So we got single prints here. So this is poor structure. You got single prints here to here. Okay? Those are all single prints. Very poor structure. Okay. So, balance profile overnight. Most traded price up here. Well, we're down here. Okay. Talked about that big level. All right. So, this does not look good right now for the NASDAQ. It just doesn't. Okay. And see, yeah, you can hold this demand. But this is the scary part right here. You can't hold it above here. I don't really know about that long as much. Okay, most traded price of the week is down here. It is above it, but it's below this big level. Okay, let's see if there's any nuance. There is. There is. All right, so I'm noticing something here. I want to show you guys this little chart here. So 184 is the most traded price of yesterday. Okay. I didn't put these on all charts, so let me do that. So we can just go back to it. Remember, I had to reset everything. So here's the most traded price of yesterday. Okay. Now you can see it, right? All right. So that turns to be a weak low. Right? Because look what happened. We opened up. Most traded price was here. Right? This all works out. Okay? So these are longs from yesterday. They're getting defended right now and you're in demand. You also have single prints below you. And that was the emotional buying. And then you kind of like balanced here a little bit. Okay? This is what bulls need to defend. Also, if they don't, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. So That's important. Now, on the other hand, this level here is really important. You need to hold like this, but then there's supply, overhead supply, which actually there's single prints there. Let me put those. See, I've been like having to re-update all of my levels, and gotta be honest with you, big pain in the butt when your computer crashes. And like I have a lot of customized settings. So we have single prints. It's very interesting above there. Okay. So this is going to be very interesting. Okay. So single prints and supply, you don't usually see them together like that, but they are. Okay. Now, let's get into scenarios here. Okay, so we know we got our weak low and our demand here with single prints below. Bulls need to defend it. Okay, that could look like something like this. We push up, you pull down. Now, perfectly would be this, hold, and then you hope you have to push through this level, hold it in order to clear these single prints, and you have a gap fill. Okay, you have a gap. Now, that gap starts at 187.63. You would fill the gap at 188.50. 188.50. Okay. That's what you need the bulls to do. Now, of course, nothing's perfect. So you could have a bear trap here. You could go like this, push down. And like I said, if single prints become supportive like this, whoop, whoop, hold that yesterday's most traded price. You got to try to make it above here, and then you can make a run. Okay, that's you got to get through this level though. Makes me hesitant. Okay, makes me hesitant. Okay, now we're going to talk about the bear. Bearish scenario, you have supply up here. Right here, you nipped your head there, sold off. Right, so this is where sellers need to step up. Now, here's the big thing. You do have supply up here, but this is what you want to see. This area, sellers have to just step up. So if the market does this, and hold, you probably look to see what we do here. And then if you take that out, we're going to go all the way down. Now, this is the most traded price of the week, 181. You take out these single prints, you're going to test this demand zone, and boy, so that's about to 179. If we break this, there's single prints again, and you go all the way down to 175. Okay, remember you have longs from here and here getting paid. All right, that's what I'm looking at today. All right, I know this wasn't the best thing I was showing you today. I mean, not like this, but I don't have my graphics. I don't have certain things that I normally have. I probably doesn't matter as much to the experience you guys have, but I was just glad my computer didn't crash while I was doing this. So I still have to figure out what is going on with my computer. And again, I apologize that I haven't been on the last couple days. Wednesday, I didn't even trade. All day was spent getting a blue screen of death. And then I finally thought I figured it out, and then I still have more work to figure out. Okay, so we have our plan. All right, we have our plan. Please stay patient. It's Friday. Usually at 1 o'clock, nothing good happens on a Friday. So be very patient. Let the story develop. Okay, let that story develop. And if you stuck with me, please subscribe. Set an alert. I'm trying to build this channel, and I'm not doing a great job of it with my computer this week. Excuse me. So everybody, have a great weekend, and I'll see everybody back on Monday. Okay? Take it easy.